How do we get something that lasts for 5 beats? You know, a whole note lasts 4 beats, and a dotted whole note lasts 4 beats plus half of 4 beats, which is 6 beats. But what about 5 beats? And the way to do it is to use something called the tie. We need to tie 2 kinds of notes together, and together they will add up to 5 beats. You can tie more than 2 notes together to get to 5 beats, but either way you do it, you're going to have to use one tie or multiple ties. So let's use the whole note. Well, first of all, 4 plus what equals 5? Well, 4 plus 1 equals 5. And what gets 1 beat? Well, that's a whole note gets 4, and a quarter note gets 1. So if there was some way of putting these together, of tying them together, we'd have, you know, an equivalent, something that lasts for 5 beats. And the tie looks like this. You take this and you make a mark that looks like that, and it goes over to that. It looks very similar to something called a slur, but the slur has a very different meaning in music. And for these rhythm exercises, you don't need to be confused. I'll always mean that this is a tie. So when we tie this to this, we're going to clap all 4 beats of the 1, 2, 3, 4 whole note, but then we're going to add another beat, which is this quarter note, without clapping anew. We will just continue holding our hands, and then once 5 is over, we will let go. So let's do the whole note tied to the quarter note. Set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let go. And that's that. There's other ways to get there. How about we could do a half note tied to tied to a quarter note, which is then tied to excuse me, to a half note. Okay, so we could go from this to that, which is then tied to that. So the only time we're gonna clap here is on 1 right here. These don't get their own claps. They get included into this space. This half note gets 2 counts. This quarter note, you add another count, 1 more, and this half note gets 2 more counts, 4 and 5. So these two, they sound the same. Well, how about this? How about just straight out 5 quarter notes? And let's just tie them all together. That's another way to get a 5-note sound. The easiest to draw was that one, though. So that's the tie, and we'll do some exercises that are built specifically for that. Let's do those. Okay, let's do, how about this? Okay, let's try that one. So this is going to get 2 counts. This gets 1 count, but we don't clap again. And this gets a new clap. Okay. And we're not continuing with with saying 1 on each new beat. We're counting up with each beat. Each new beat gets the next highest number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will get 1 and 2. This will get 3. This will get 4. But we don't clap on that one. Here we go. Set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go. That's that. Okay, how about a little bit more complex? Okay, how about Okay. That's pretty complex. So here's the first beat. Here's the second beat. Here's the third beat. Here's the fourth beat. But I only clap on 1, on the second half of 2, on 3, on the second half of 3, and that's it. And I hold after the second half of 3 through 4, and through 4 and, I'll put the 1 and here. And then you let go clapping, or let go holding your hands. Let's try that one. Okay, I'm gonna say the ands here to help. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let go. So let's do this without me counting. And let's do it at this tempo. So 1 and 2 and like that. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. So no more counting. Here we go. Let's clap. Set. Go. Let go. That's not easy. So ties, they lead to some very curious, complex rhythms. Let's see how much harder we can get.